everybody, my name is Anna Esther and this is
Denai Esther.
And today on Be Made Whole TV we have a special segment that we're introducing called Life with Z, right? We're going to be talking about things that just happened that her and I are always in conversation about different things. So we wanted to do a special coverage specifically talking about coronavirus, but also about just life in general, right, Denai?
And how to fight the not fight the coronavirus.
Just how to like manage it, right? Like how to handle ourselves, right?
Try not to freak out.
Right, exactly. So here's the thing. Z and I were talking about the whole journey of being made whole, right? And the things that we as people are just kind of trying to manage wherever we are. So of course, when you look at social media and the news, everyone is like, you know, just kind of have their own opinions. What happened?
Yeah, nothing. I just want to say something.
Okay, go ahead, go for it.
And if you're scared of the coronavirus, then try not to be scared of the coronavirus and don't go overboard.
Don't go overboard. So we're going to talk about 5 different topics as we are thinking through how to respond to the coronavirus, and then an idea that Denai had on her own. And so we're going to be working on a project together specifically.
And Mommy was shocked.
I literally was just, I shared it on social media. I was a little emotional.
Yeah, she was also emotional.
I was, because I was like, ah! Anyway. So when we talked about how to respond, not just in the event of coronavirus, but just life in general, life happening, things happening that we don't particularly are planning for or are expecting, we are thinking through how to respond with faith. So Denai, when we think about this whole situation happening, right, what is your response as a 7-year-old in terms of your faith in God?
I actually feel calm.
You're calm? So what is your recommendation to somebody that may be freaking out?
Well, I would say, hi, if you're freaking out, then try to handle it. And be aware because God is with you. God
is with us. So Denai, what are some of the ideas or some of the things that we can do as parents, children, as a family?
We can journal, we can write, we can do devotional.
Okay. We have worship time too, right? There's different ways that we pray. So these are ways that we are actively staying calm, and we're not gonna panic, we pray. That's the biggest thing. We panic not, we pray. Okay?
Panic not.
Panic not, we pray, okay? So as it relates then to our family and friends, how do we respond during this time?
We respond like by being kind.
Being kind.
Using kind words.
That's good.
And you can touch, but to serve, actually you shouldn't touch.
Yeah, don't touch anybody, because we talked about the importance of personal hygiene, washing our hands, right? How do we hug? How do we
wash your hands gently down the screen?
I don't know how that worked. Yeah, that's not gonna work. So the point is, we can still show love to one another, right? But without having to do all of this hugging and touching. How do we hug? How were you showing me that we hug?
And me and my friend, when we play freeze tag, let's say Mommy was running, and I was it, and I froze her, but we don't touch.
That's a great idea.
And then somebody else came by, and then she unfroze Mommy like this, but didn't touch Mommy.
There we go. So there are ways to still be creative and spend time with your family and friends and love on one another, check on one another. What were some of the things that we also said? Like if we have some symptoms and we're not feeling well, what should we do? Again, not just for the coronavirus, just anything, the flu, the cold, anything that's you can transmit to somebody else.
Or fever.
Or fever, right? Okay.
Or red eye.
Or a red eye, good job, right? These are things that it's contagious. So what do we do in those times? If I have a symptom, what do I do?
You shouldn't go near me.
I shouldn't come near people that can get sick and that...
Or if you want to go near someone, you wear a mask. If Mommy was sick, she would do this if she wanted to go near someone.
Right?
Okay.
That's it's a little different, you know? It's not as stylish, but it protects other people if you're the one that's sick, right?
Yeah.
This is how we show care and love for other people. That if we're gonna go outside and you're not feeling well, then you should protect others by wearing a mask. Thank you so much for the demonstration. That's amazing.
And you have to, but the point is so that you can breathe in here, so that if you breathe on someone else, then they're gonna get sick. But if you breathe in here, it'll just go back in you.
That's interesting. I don't know if you want it to go back in you, but that's a
Yeah,
thought.
it won't go back in you.
We always talk about fostering change in our community, being the hands and feet of Jesus, right? Being light in the midst of darkness. And how do we show up when there is this need for social distancing, meaning that we don't do all of this touching and hugging and all of this stuff because of everything that's happening? But how do we still love one another? How do we still show up? How are we still light in the midst of darkness? So, Zanai and I, for a long time, have been working on love bags that we give our neighbors without an address, right?
But it doesn't say love on it.
Not yet, because we're working on that, right? And we also serve our seniors, or in the Attitude of Gratitude monthly events.
We might be carrying it and not even know because we won't get, because it doesn't, nothing happens.
Right, it doesn't show. So we don't know, and we just want to make sure that we're precautious and prudent. We want to make sure that we protect the people that we love. So we decided that we are not going to move forward with the event this month until further notice, until things kind of calm down, right? So we are trying to figure out different ways to still show love to our neighbors, specifically our neighbors without an address, because Zanai was concerned about something. What was your concern, Zanai?
My concern was that people who have neighbors without an address, they have no homes to protect them, so they can catch it easily. It just, coronavirus
Yeah, so
gloves in the air.
So they are very vulnerable. So Zanai wanted to just put together, raise funds so that we can put together things and include things like vitamins in there, water, you know, different ways for them to
And guess what?
have things that they need. Yes.
I decided to open up a shop. We're
Conversation.
gonna do paintings. We're going to sell toys and books. I have books on this.
So she calls it donation sale essentially because she wants the sale to go towards our
And
donations for
donate.
people that need it.
And
So we want to invite you to also be a part of that, but also to be creative of ways that you can show up in your community and help people that are in need, because we're doing something, but there are so many different ways that we can show up and be light in the midst of darkness. So for example, in your community, you can find out what are some of the seniors or some of the people that are most vulnerable that need help, that may not have other family members that can assist them, and maybe offer to shop for them or to get medication for them. Of course, again, using wisdom,
or to
always
use-
protecting yourself.
Or to get them one of these.
Or to get them a mask, you know, because they're not feeling well. There's different ways that we can show up, you know, because things are a little hectic out there. People are just in this hysteria and fear of so much that they're not thinking about how this impacts other people that may not have the same access to the resources. So now thinking about the other area of fitness and health, what are some of the ways that you respond to being fit? What are some of the things that we do?
You can eat healthy, go outside. You can take a walk.
You can take a walk, you can work out.
You can drink water.
Lots of water, okay?
Best idea to drink
Best
water.
idea. What else do we take? Vitamins, right?
Vitamins.
Make sure you're up on your vitamin C, your zinc, all of that good stuff that we need for our immune system. So there's different ways for us to stay healthy, to stay fit, even though you're at home. So we may not be able to go to the gym, but we go to the track, we run, we exercise at home, we
have a
run up and down
track.
the stairs. And the last part is finances. So how do we respond in these times that are challenging for us is we don't freak out.
Don't go overboard. Don't freak out. Stay calm. Remember Jesus is following you, and remember God is the Lord.
He is the Lord, okay? And we are gonna save as well. We continue to save. We make sure that we have our emergency fund intact. Have at least $1,000. If you don't know already about Dave Ramsey, he is amazing. Financial Peace University, that's one of the things that we follow. It's just really, really good. Of course, we always want to have at least 3 to 6 months in terms of savings for any catastrophe, any emergency. But if you don't have 3 to 6 months, at least start at $1,000. Why? Because we want to make sure that we're able to respond if there is a need for any reason, anything that needs to happen, that we have access to that, okay? So we don't buy what we don't need, right? We talk about the difference between...
If we don't need it, there's a difference between want and need. The difference between want and need is like, here's a few things that you need.
Right.
You need water, food, vitamins, you need...
Clothes.
You need breath, you need clothes.
Yeah.
You need your heart beating.
Yes.
That's something
Those
you
are some
definitely
needs.
need.
Yeah.
And things that you want, it can be anything. It can be
Right.
like toys, plants. Well,
Plans.
I think you.
We're gonna talk about our plans. So just as a quick recap, we want to make sure that you pray, don't panic. We want to stay calm. We want to relax because we trust God, right, Z? right? So that's the first thing. Second thing is we want to make sure that we show love to one another, right? We love our neighbors without an address. We love our seniors. We check on anybody. We show up, and we're kind. What else?
We are loving.
We're loving. That's the biggest thing. Love over fear, right? We're also making sure that we are staying fit and healthy and doing whatever it is that we need to do to be who we need to be. And finally, that we are saving, being being smart about our spending and knowing the difference between needs and wants, right, Z? Awesome sauce. So we pray that this is a blessing, and this is our segment of Life with Z.
Yes, and this is the day that the Lord has made. We shall rejoice and be glad in it.
So no matter what day it is, what the circumstances are, we rejoice and are glad in it, right, Z?
And this is the day that the Lord has made.
Woo-hoo. Love y'all. Bless you, and we'll see you again. Bye.